Jello again. Aaron here from My Turbo Reviews, and I've been thinking, if there's one Transformer character that people have been talking about for a while now, it's Prowl. And on a recent trip to my local Target, I happened upon Combiner Wars Prowl. So I thought, given the conversation is already skewed towards this guy, I'd talk about him a little bit too. I don't have all four of the Autobot limbs from this wave, so I won't be doing an entire week series where I show off each one and then show their combined mode with Optimus. Just going to talk about Prowl. Prowl is a police car. He is a repaint remold of the Combiner Wars Streetwise mold, which in turn was a heavy remold of the Combiner Wars Dead End mold. I like Prowl's police car a bit better than Streetwise. It's probably the offset of the black and white versus Streetwise's blue with white. They didn't go all out for paint apps, at least not in this mode. You've got some nice shiny paint on the windows and some detailing on the sides, which could have been better if these parts weren't made in unpaintable plastic. But it is what it is. And it's not bad for what it is. On the underside, you can sort of see some robot parts, but it's not as telling as you're going to get with some of the other Combiner Wars toys. It's a little flap here, which prevents him from having visible head syndrome. And that's definitely a nice touch, even though it's not really intended to be more than his chest in robot mode. And speaking of which, I'm going to take this toy and turn it into this toy. Prowl in robot mode definitely evokes his G1 self. There are some compromises, of course, being that the mold wasn't initially intended to be Prowl, but I think he does a good job of pulling it off. There's a slight backpack. It's not too bad, as it does sit pretty flush on his back. Not much new here in the way of paint detailing. You've got this paint here carrying over from the vehicle mode, which is intended to evoke the idea of the rear windows of the car, which showed up on Prowl's legs in his G1 form. They definitely did a good job with his head sculpt. There's no doubt that this one is G1 Prowl. He comes with his little blaster, which fits in his hand quite nicely. And I'd have to say, as repaints go, you could do far worse than Prowl here. But of course, as Combiner Wars toys go, this figure becomes an arm and also a leg. But I wouldn't say that this is the meat and potatoes of this toy. In the end, I'd say Prowl surprises me with how much I like him. He definitely pulls off the G1 Prowl look. And that's something that's important to this collector. I would say rush out and get him if you can find him. He's still a little scarce right now, but he's starting to show up across the country and hopefully overseas too for my UK friends. And this has been Aaron from My Turbo Reviews saying, catch you later.